What's up, my friend? Today I'm going to show you exactly how I would make this rapper sound like Don Toliver. We are going to dive right in. I'm Macro from Mix with Macro. I'm a pro mixing and mastering engineer for quite a few recording companies. And today we're just going to dive right in because we got this great rapper here. I really like his sound. He doesn't quite sing like Don Toliver, but that sound that Don Toliver has, which is reverby, but it's not too reverby and it's just so wide. That's what we're going to do on this vocal here, and you can follow along and apply to your mixes. Let's dive right in. First, I'm going to play the song. You're going to hear exactly what he's talking about here. I'm going to play the mix I've gotten so far for him, and then we're going to make him sound like Don.
Gas on full, got it cash, it on full. Skirting off on the road, grab a coat, bitch I'm cold. With a pot on the camera, on her phone, she gon' pose. She gon' slide from the top to the, oh God. She said my feel like drugs, she fiendin'. Legs to the ceiling, it's up, watch your breathing.
Okay, cool. Now, the first way I'll make this rapper have that Don Toliver treatment is if I just widen his vocal, because I've got his vocal already sounding great. So just to widen it, I decided I would use the doubler. You probably have this plugin as well, so you can use this. I'm actually just tweaking the taste. I just activated it.
Oh, is she teasing? Yeah, I don't play. She touch a tip, watch it grow. It gon' fail, I let you know. On God, little bit drop it low. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I like that, but I don't want the low end too much to be widened. So let's see if we can keep the low end down the middle, but only widen a little bit of top. So I'm gonna push this a little bit.
Oh, is she teasing? Yeah, I don't play. She touch a tip, watch it grow. It gon' fail, I let you know. On God. Oh, is she teasing?
That's without it.
I don't play. She touch a tip, watch it grow. It gon' fail, I let you know. On God, little bit drop it low. Yeah, you wanna look, you fuck with Mac.
Okay. Cool. I really like that a lot. Next plugin I would use here is to give it a little bit of slap. Now, slap usually comes from delays. When you use a slap on a vocal, it gives it that width. It sounds like it's in a room that's very tight. So that's what Don Toliver is like. His whole aesthetic is just that tightness. When you listen to the treatment on his vocals, that's what it sounds like. So let me crank this a little bit. I like to crank effects to actually hear what it's doing, and then I adjust the taste. So I'm gonna crank it and we'll hear what is happening here.
Oh, is she teasing? She touch tip, watch it grow. It gon' fit, I let you know.
I like the way this sounds. I'm gonna pull this back so it's not so high end.
Oh, is she teasing?
It doesn't sound so telephone.
Oh, is she teasing?
Okay, now I'm gonna dial it back.
She touch tip, watch it grow. It gon' fit, I let you know. On God, little bit drop it low. Yeah, you wanna look, you fuck with Mac, or he a pro. Yeah.
All right, now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put a tight room on this. So drum ear is pretty cool for that. I kind of like that. Let's see if you could do something else. Maybe this one. Mixes all the way up, so don't panic if you hear a bunch of reverb.
Oh, is she teasing? She touch a tip, watch it grow. It gon' fit, I let you know. On God, little bit drop it low. Yeah, you wanna look, you fuck with Mac, or he a pro. Yeah.
Okay, sounding good. Now let's put a little bit of a low cut on there. I don't really like that low end type boomy type of sound from the reverb.
Oh, is she teasing? Yeah, I don't play. She touch a tip, watch it grow. It gon' fit, I let you know. On God.
Like it? Now let's pull down a little bit of high cut.
Oh, is she teasing? Yeah, she touch a tip, watch it grow. It gon' fit, I let you know. On God, little bit drop it low. Yeah, you wanna look, you fuck with Mac, or he a pro. Yeah.
Like it already. So you could use those three plugins. Boom, you already sound like Don Toliver. Depending on the type of music you make, if you make Don Toliver-ish music that's very melodic, very, you know, lots of flows, switches and all that stuff, great subject matter, you definitely would have that sound. This rapper is not doing that style of sing rapping that Don Toliver does on his music. He's doing his own style. We're just giving him that Don Toliver treatment. Now I'm gonna hit a button, Control Shift if you're wondering, on a Mac, right? This happens in Pro Tools. Now, when I hold those two buttons and I click this plugin, every plugin after that deactivates. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to play his music, look right here, and you're going to hear, as soon as these plugins turn blue, the plugins are off, and that's just the vocals that we started with. When they turn gray, the plugins are activated. So,
oh, is she teasing? Yeah, I don't play. She touch a tip, watch it grow. It gon' fit, I let you know. On God, little bit drop it low. Yeah. You wanna look, you fuck with Mac, or he a pro. Yeah.
That's cool. I would turn him down a little bit more, a little bit too much reverb, and I would widen him a little bit. So let's push it up a little bit more.
Oh, is she teasing? Yeah, I don't play. She touch a tip, watch it grow. It gon' fit, I let you know. On God, little bit drop it low. Yeah, you wanna look, you fuck with Mac, or he a pro. Yeah.
Cool. Let's play a little bit back. Let's play another parts, hear what it sounds like.
gas on full. Got it cash, it on fold. Skirting off on the road. Grab a coat, bitch I'm cold. With a pot on the camera, on the phone, she gon' pose. She gon' slide from the top to the. Oh God. She said my feel like drugs, she fiendin'. Legs to the ceiling, it's up, watch your breathing.
Simple like that, you could sound like Don Toliver just like that overnight. To get to this point though, you gotta have a great sounding vocal. I have a resource in the description that gets you to a great sounding vocal very fast. It's free. Should be like the first link in there. It'll say big free on there. Can't miss it. Go down there, grab that. You'll have a great sounding vocal immediately. Go grab that, my friend. I think that will help you a lot. I've gotten a lot of great feedback. People love that free resource there. I'm happy to share it with you. And then you can return to this video. Boom. Sound like Don Toliver, just like that. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.